football time as postseason action descends upon FedEx Field just outside of D.C. Coming up, it's the final game of Wildcard Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Redskins. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC Wildcard game. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Set 15 line. 15 line.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Check, check. Fresno. Joker. Speed trip.
On the ground with Bryce Love, the former Stanford Cardinal. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Shoot! Watch the edge!
On second down, Love. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Back, roll, out.
Check.
On first down, here's Love. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malik Collins breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fake.
Ready.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lawrence. He's going to let this one go deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Ready. 60 Pittsburgh.
Get in the right room.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for second down. It's a second down run with Sanders. Spins by. It's a gain of 7 on the ground, but they'll be faced with 3rd and long.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd. Back to throw. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not pump the ball again.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Hey, Zoo. Yo, go.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
Zoo.
This is Love. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to launch this thing way down. That's caught inside the 20. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 51 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Back to throw. Lawrence. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Check it back.
Shotgun handoff now for Love. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Keep it up, guys. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Double dog. That's the way.
From the gun on third down, Lawrence. And it's caught. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And his kick is good. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
Here we go. Set. 70. Indy.
You got to step it up. Slam.
Ready.
Now on first down, he'll drop the throw. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him 6 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They'll run. It's Sanders. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
2nd and long. Buying time to its left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2nd and 4 at the 35-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Check 3, check 3.
49, check 49, check 49.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. Now.
Here's Love. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
They'll run on first down. Love. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
That looked like a 2-deep coverage, which we call cover 2. And what that really means is you have corners, what we call rolled up in about a 5-yard area on the outside receivers. Then your safeties are back closer to the hash marks near the middle of the field, somewhere around 10 to 12 yards back. So if you can break through the first level, you've got a chance to run before you encounter any type of resistance from the safeties.
We saw the example of it right there. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Whip, 80 weapons. Hit it.
To throw on second down. Lawrence. It's Kelsey on the grab. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And he missed it. It's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. Ready?
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Uncorks one for Davis. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Hey, wahoo!
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Returnable for Thomas. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10.
Ready, set.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They turn to Love on the handoff. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go. Set. 60 or.
Check, 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 check.
Go.
On third down, Lawrence. And he's got his man on the out route. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
X3, 218, chop.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. No, no, no. Off. Pick the edge.
Smooth.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence. He gets it to Thomas. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52.
Let him know.
2nd and 5. Looking long for Thomas. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. 73 yards. And the Redskins have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Hey, Charlie.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
They could.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
Get set. Get it.
A final shot before break. Lawrence. Thomas has got it. Complete. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC Wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC Wildcard bout. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Ready?
Now this time he'll look to throw. Uncorks one for Davis. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. 75 yards as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Love here. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Come on.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Check 13. Check 13.
Yep.
52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic.
Staying on the ground, it's Love. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 5.
Set, ready? 61, matchbox, lights.
Man, I got you.
Go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Fletcher Cox able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
2nd and 9 now. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he connects with Ertz. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, it's Sanders. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 20-yard line.
Ready up.
Mike 35. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Look at me. Zipper. 35.
2nd and 11. Got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz there to make the grab as his guys are able to regain the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's a 2nd and 7. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. It's caught inside the 25. A huge play there for Washington. 51 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Looking to throw. Lawrence. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 23 yards the final tally. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. On the carry, it's Love. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play with the score Eagles 17. Redskins 10.
90 Wolf. Greystone travel.
Watch the safety creep.
Let it go.
Here's Love again. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. From 4 yards out, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Now.
They'll drop to throw. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Hey! Hey, Delta!
Push him back. 35's the mic.
Back to throw here. And that will be incomplete. The defense did their job. 4th quarter, big stand.
No doubt about it because the offense has been yelling at them from the sideline. Just do us a favor. Get us the ball back. Give us one more chance to take it downfield. The defense just did them a solid, it appears.
And when they get the ball back, they can kind of play free tie game. They're not behind. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now. 1st and 10.
Kill. Check 50. Check 50.
They'll run again with Love on 1st down. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Check 43. Check. Fresno.
Go.
Joker. Shoot. Watch the edge.
Go.
You.
Check 9.
Hit it.
On 2nd down now, it's Love. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
56 the mic, boys. 56. Check.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence flushed out right. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to rifle one deep left. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain there of 30 big ones.
First down, Philadelphia.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On the draw, here's Sanders. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. Back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
On the ball.
They'll look to throw. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. 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 I know it's a never-say-never situation. But to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And a good effort on the return there gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. He's back to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
Strip that ball. Play 56. Play 56. Watch the fly. Watch the fly. Watch the fly.
Back to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Come on, set. 90 Wolf.
56. Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball.
Hey, Alpha.
56.
He'll look to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down.
Washington Redskins, first down. First and 10 at the 30.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Hey, Team 6. Team 6.
56. Mike 56. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. Mike 56. Mike 56. Come on, boy.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Got it.
Mike 56. Right there. 56. Here we go, team. Here I come. Check.
Hey, Wahoo.
Hey, turn it up. 56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike. Let's go.
Protein spill.
Check 37.
Smooth. Get it.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we sign off from Landover.